Good morning, my happy hour back. Here's the plan. Well, it's Monday, so Monday morning exercise. After that, probably a lot more of what was going on last week. Bathroom tiling, some work on the septic tank, a little bit more work on drainage, more on mud and tape. Not sure if they've got any surprises for me today. What could possibly, and by the way, join in the exercise, go wrong? Monday morning. If you're regular, you know what's coming. Be prepared. Join in with these guys. Get your juices flowing. Olsen, as normal, in charge. You can do these sitting down. Mostly.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sky Kending, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. First, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, look at the movement there. That's not the right move.
8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2,
Oh, everyone's keeping their heads down now.
7, 8, 7, 6, 5.
We'll get Oliver. He's always very serious.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, I have 1, 2.
He's still serious.
7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1.
Good effort, everybody. Well done. Let's start with the visually appealing septic tank number 2. So at the moment, they're just doing more work on piping and the level of this, so water is carried away from here. So it's only if there is overflow, it'll get carried over into these pipes and down away and way down to the front of the property. This is, at the moment, the only activity downstairs. Herwin's mud and taping back in the gym and spa area again. Upstairs, we'll start here in Alex's room, and we've got a little bit of clean-up going on inside his bathroom, and later on today, they will be putting the first waterproofing coat on the floor and the bottom section of the wall. In Adrian's bathroom, we've still got a little bit of this right wall to go, all of the wall by the door, and a little tiny bit on the niche behind me. But I would think a lot of this will get finished off today. In Sabrina's bathroom, Don-Don's now going to be working on the bottom section of the wall tiles, now that the floor, and as you can see, what's that, 6 inches, maybe a little more, at the base has been waterproofed. He can put those remaining wall tiles in. I will come back to a couple of comments that were posted a couple of days ago about waterproofing of floors and walls. Fundamentally, the question was, don't you need to waterproof all of the walls, particularly where a shower is? I will come back to that conversation very soon. In Jack's bathroom, looks to me like there's been a fresh coat of waterproofing already done this morning. We're only, I don't know, 45 minutes into the day, and they've painted that on. I don't know if that's number 2 or number 3, so we'll have to wait and see whether they come back to wall tiling in here later on today. In master bedroom, I've just got a moment or two before tiling starts getting cutting, and it's getting very loud. So here we're getting this tile cut to size, and inside the room we've got that wall finished, this wall and this wall not yet. Take a dizzy pill. This isn't what I first thought it was. I said a day or so ago I thought there was tile adhesive going on the wall. It's not. This is simply building up that wall because there was no cutout for a niche. So they're now building up a wall around it effectively. It's going to be quite thick, which is good because it needs a reasonable sized shelf down here to put your bottles of stuff. Our task as early as possible this week is to find tiles to use all the way along this hallway, and then I think the plan will be to extend that all the way around the corridor that goes down towards the north side of the house, and then to extend that to the hallway upstairs as well. We can't do it today, unfortunately. The car's gone in for a service, or at least if we do it, it'll be late today. But we have to get on with that because that's something they want to be working on, I think, pretty much next. My job this morning is to make a start on moving what somebody referred to a long time ago as dirt. So I'm going to be trying to turn as much of as I can of this pile of compost into here, just so that we get more air into it and it helps with the composting process. Yesterday I did move everything that was in here into here. It's a little bit after lunch and we've got something new. Scaffolding going up quite a large area of the south wall. The reason for this is that they're preparing for window frames. So the engineer says he thinks the window frames will start to come possibly this week. It's not confirmed. But that's what all this is for, giving them access to the upstairs windows. We're back in the gym and spa, and the arm that you can see appearing just around the corner is Herwin. So he's kind of into the last areas of mud and taping in here. Just really this corner above where the hot tub will be. Once he's done that, finished in here. In the master bathroom, tiles done on that far wall. I'll bend my head, there's stuff in the way, but basically done on most of this wall. Keep your dizzy pills close. Not yet on this wall, but Donald's close to finishing that rendering. And then just going in now, down here, inside the door. In Sabrina's bathroom, we're now getting that bottom layer of tiles going in. There have been a number of comments about waterproofing, and people have, as often is the case, different opinions about how much of the wall should be waterproofed. Michael Masnar, for example, says he would go, I seem to remember he said he would go 1.25 meters up. LC Gilbert asked the question, was that necessary? And Building in the Philippines has said only a few inches up from the floor, effectively to a level where if there were flooding, that's how high the water could go. Building in the Philippines and our builder believe that waterproofing here isn't necessary. Even where the shower is, the water won't have an opportunity to penetrate into those tiles. So those are the different views. Our builders decided only a few inches at the bottom are necessary. Other people clearly have different opinions. As always, I can't give an opinion on the merits of either argument. But that's what we're doing here. It's only a few inches up where there could be standing water. Right, in Adrian's bathroom, Mr. Rene and Carlito have been working on the tiling here. And this is going to be a little difficult to see because the scaffolding's in the way, but 2 more pieces, that's all, says Mr. Rene. So this one, I'm guessing, oh, and then, sorry, there is still above the door. Not a huge amount to be finished in here. Solar hot water has attracted a few comments. A number of people have mentioned Solar Heart, who are, I believe, one of the leading suppliers in the region. I think they're the #1 company from Australia. And it is a company that our first choice was to use their products. I mentioned when we talked about this that we got close with a company, and that company that we got close to was a representative of the Solar Heart products of Solar Hot Water. In our experience, ridiculous delays in communication, payment terms that were, to me, unacceptable, and the price was, on their quotation for our particular environment, 250,000 pesos. Now, I know you get what you pay for, and it may well be that we have ended up with a lesser system. I can't be certain about that. But the company we went with, which you saw on the video a couple of days ago, we've ended up paying 150,000 pesos. So, for argument's sake, $3,000 US. Although the way the peso is tanking at the moment, it's actually a bit less than that. So, yeah, Solar Heart, I think lots of people have a lot of good things to say about them. And maybe if you are to try and use them here in the future, maybe you'll get a better response from their distributor. Maybe you'll get a better price, maybe you'll get payment terms that for you are okay. For us, hopeless, which is a shame because I have heard nothing but good about their product. So that's what we paid, that's why we've ended up with who we have, and it's why we don't have Solar Heart products here. Back at the compost shed, which now is appropriately signed. Just a birthday present from son Jack. So I didn't finish. I got, I don't know, 80% maybe turned into here, but we've still got this bit to go. I just ran out of puff. And it's not actually, or it wasn't this morning, too much direct sun and wasn't quite as hot, but nevertheless, at my age, in my shape, that did me in. It's 4:30. The bell has gone. And this is for John Skibo, the same gentleman who asked me to quote a rather obscure reference, a quote from a Monty Python movie. John, you're obviously a bit peculiar, asking for a look at a catch basin again. I like peculiar people, I think we get along great. The scaffolding on the south side of the house has been extended a bit more, and it does include some beams that are between the tops and bottoms of, so far, 2 of the 3 windows upstairs and 1 of the 2 downstairs. So I assume that is something else that is in preparation for window frames. I have no idea how they do that. We'll have to watch it when they do. Hopefully we do start to see those coming in this week, but be patient, it might be another week or so still yet. It's not just the south side of the house that has scaffolding going up. Here on the north side and along part of the front as well. This is the spa end of the gym and spa, and the platform is still here, so Herwin, we can see, hasn't quite finished the mud and tape in this corner, but really not very much at all still to do. Back inside the master bathroom, with the exception of the bit down the bottom, which again they won't do until waterproofing, this wall is done. That wall not done at all yet, but it looks like that plastering to build out the wall for the niche looks like that's mostly done, if not completely done. And this wall almost fully tiled, just a little bit down at the far corner. Once the tiling started to go up, I did notice they have now helpfully labelled all the rooms. Well, all the rooms except, for some reason, not Sabrina's. But here we go, George's room, Adrian's room. Let's have a wander into the bathroom here. Wall on the right, done. Wall on the left, done. That's not on the left, that's straight ahead, dummy. Wall on the left, done. So what's remaining is what, if anything, they do down behind the cabinet, and then the bottom layer, which again, this floor has not yet been waterproofed. Sabrina's bathroom, the low-level tiles now are all done except just here. One in the corner behind the cabinet, the wash basin cabinet, and one right down here. All the rest are in. Nothing new today in Jack's room, unless they may have added another layer of waterproofing on the floor. Same story in Alex's room, Alex's bathroom, nothing new there. The end of the day, I thought I'd just very quickly mention, why have we put in solar hot water at all? And it's for a couple of reasons. Number one, it wasn't horribly expensive. Number two, my understanding, and I could be wrong, so anybody that's got better knowledge, please drop a comment in, but my understanding is that electric water heaters individually are actually quite a big drain on power when they're being used. Given that our main solar power system might already be struggling with what we're going to have in this house, it just seemed to make sense to try and minimize draws on power wherever we can. So we've saved some money on, I don't know how many hot water heaters we would have had to have had. I suppose it would be 10 thereabouts, with all of the kitchens and bathrooms and laundry. I think it's 10. And we've ended up with a system that maybe saves us some money on not having to draw grid power for other items in the house. That was kind of our thinking. Whether it makes sense, I mean, there's definitely the option of just sticking a big tank on the roof with no heating system whatsoever and let it just warm up, which it would do. I think it was Philippines Good Life who said basically hot water in the Philippines is free, and he's absolutely right. So that would have been an option, but we wanted to just make sure in the house that we're living in at the moment, the little one over there is no hot water. And although I've kind of got used to it, I prefer to have the option of having proper hot water. So that's why we've done it. You can drop a comment in and tell me, am I a dummy? Well, we know that already, but in that particular instance, do you think it's a good decision or not? I guess for us, time will tell when we start to see utility bills after all of this is done and dusted, and whether we see that we are managing to cope with the system that we've got. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, sorry, that was supposed to be a short comment. It was a long comment. End of the day. Tomorrow, I don't think we're going to see window frames just yet, but you never know. See you then.